So let's talk about what happens when we convert areas or volumes. So with area, that's where we're going to have our units are squared, which you can think of that as whatever units we're working with. That's the same thing as our unit times unit. So again, squared is just multiplying those together. For volume, it's units cubed. So we'll see an exponent of 3, but again, you can think of that as 3 times itself. So let's say I have 18 inches squared to feet squared. So we've worked with converting inches to feet a lot so far in these videos, so we're going to do it again, but if it's 18 inches squared, just changes it a little bit. But we're going to use that fact that there are 12 inches to 1 foot. So 18 inches squared. There's a few different ways we can write this. This first example, I'll show you kind of a long way to write it out. And then in the next example, I'll show you a shortened form. So 18 inches squared, where I could write that as 18 inches squared over 1. What I'm going to do is write it out as 18 inches times inches. Just like I explained up above there, how our unit squared is just multiplying those two units together. It doesn't change the 18 at all, it's just the units that are squared. Now I'm just going to put that over 1. And there are no units in the denominator because it's not a rate, it's just 18 inches squared. So what I want to do is take inches and convert to feet. So our conversion goes, if I want feet, I want inches to cancel out, so inches is in the numerator, so I'm going to cancel with the denominator. And there is 1 foot for 12 inches. However, when I do this, I will get a cancellation, but it's just for one of these. I'd cancel and cancel. But what you can notice is now my units for the numerator, I have inches times feet. So where I'm getting feet out, it's not quite enough. So what I need to do is this again. I need to kind of double this up. I need to square it so that I get enough of them canceled out. So what I'm going to do is again, this 1 foot over 12 inches. And then with that, I get the inches cancel out. And then I wanted feet squared, which is perfect because I have feet times feet. So what happens with these is we multiply by our unit fraction, but then we need to multiply it the number of times that matches the exponent on our units so that we get enough cancellations occurring and simultaneously get enough for the units that we want to be left with. So what we're going to have here is 18 divided by 12 times 12, which is 0.125. And then our units, feet times feet, would be feet squared, or square feet. So this is one way to go about it. Another way to go about it, and actually I'll just do it with this same example here, is if I did 18 inches squared to 1, and I wanted to convert square inches to square feet. So what I could do is use the conversion, the feet in inches, that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. But to make this squared, you would square every single piece in here. So you'd square the number, you'd square the units. Square the number, square the units. So what this would be equivalent to is having 18 inches squared over 1 times 1 squared, which is just 1, feet squared, over 12 squared, which is 144, inches squared. And with that, the square inches would cancel out with each other, and we would just have the feet squared. And you would end up with 18 divided by 144, which is exactly what we had over here. It was just separated out. So you can choose which route you like best with these. Either is fine. I do tend to find more errors pop up with this one, just making sure that you do put that exponent on absolutely everything. This tends to be shorter in terms of the amount of work, but if you're uncomfortable with exponents, then stick with kind of this long way of writing it out. So I'll do, we have two examples here. I'll do this one kind of written out in the long form and this one in the short form. So we have 8,930 square meters, and I want to change to square feet. So we have centimeters, which is metric. To get over to the US system, I can change that to inches. And then if I have inches, then I can change to feet. And then all we're really doing is squaring those units. So this will be kind of long, but it'll all work out. So we have 8,930 square centimeters. And if I'm writing it out, I'm going to kind of copy this form here of the long written out form. So I'm going to write that as square centimeters is centimeters times centimeters over 1. So first thing I'm going to do is convert centimeters to inches. So that conversion goes, I want to cancel out centimeters and I want inches at the end. And it's 2.54 centimeters per 1 inch. But because these are squared, I need to do that again. So then with that, I would have the centimeters cancel out with each other. And now we have square inches. And then what I want to do is change inches to feet. So to change to feet, I want to cancel out inches. And 1 foot is 12 inches. And then because these are square, I need to do that again. And with that, the inches will cancel out. And now we'll have square feet. So I'm going to need to take that 8,930 divided by 2.54 times 2.54 times 12 times 12 for a 9.61. Feet squared. And if you want to try this the short way, like I showed up above there, try it out and just check that you get the same answer there. All right, this one I'll show in the shortened form. So let's see, we have 8.25 cubic yards, and I want to change to inches cubed. So for yards, we can convert to feet and then to inches. So I'm going to have 8.25 cubic yards over 1. And then what I'm going to do is change yards to inches. I'm going to have those cubed. So, sorry, feet. That's our first step. So, I want to cancel out yards. I'm going to have feet. And it's that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And then what I want to do is cube them. So everything gets an exponent of 3. And with that, those cubic yards will cancel out with each other. And we're left with cubic feet. But then I want to convert to inches cubed. So to do that, I want to keep inches, cancel feet. There's 12 inches in 1 foot, and then I just need to put an exponent of 3 on absolutely everything in there. And with that, the cubic feet will cancel out, and then I'll be left over with inches cubed, which is perfect. So, plugging this into the calculator, what we can do, and actually it's all in the numerator there, but we'll have 8.25 times 3 cubed, which you can do 3 and then this a to the b power. So I'll give you a little exponent piece there. So 3. And then you'll be kind of stuck in the numerator up there if you try to keep going. So to get out, you can either click with your mouse or hit the right button on your keyboard. And that'll drop you back down. And then we'll go times 12 cubed. You can also, to do this, look at 3 cubed separately and 12 cubed and get those numbers first. And then plug in 8.25 times the 27 times the 1728 and get the same answer. So you can either plug it in all at once, or if you're more comfortable with the exponents doing them separately first, that's fine too. So 384,912. So 384,912 inches cubed. So with those, you just have to kind of layer them up so you match the exponents.